Scottish Mudlarking here with Nicole and Craig. It's an absolutely gorgeous day here today in Scotland, and what we've decided is to come to Mermaids Tears Cove because I am looking to make some really special earrings. I've got a couple of special settings set aside for these earrings and I'm going to use them today. Now, fingers crossed we can find enough sea glass to make those earrings. So I'm going to go right in that far corner. At the moment the tides are coming in, so we don't have long. And there's a wee duck here. Well, I don't think the dog is after some sea glass. I think he's just after having a wee swim. I am looking for small pieces to make some really amazing earrings with, straight out of Mermaids Tears Cove. Now I'm actually looking for some nice pieces. Now this one has got a slightly shiny edge, so I'm not going to take that one. Something like this would be good. That would be okay if I'm looking to make little stacker earrings or just really lovely tiny earrings. So, oh, I think I might have seen a blue piece. No, it's just a shell, just a wee mussel shell. Okay, let's go have a look in this area here. Now that is exactly what I'm after. That's the perfect mermaid's tear. Look, it's tear shaped and everything. So there's another couple here. I think I'm just going to pick them up before the tides come in. It's an absolutely gorgeous day today, and everybody is out. It's not even that people are off work. I don't know. Maybe they're just skiving. I don't know. Everybody's enjoying themselves. It's a lovely day. This doesn't usually happen in Scotland. This is actually like summer. It's as warm as it's ever been. The 15 years that I've lived here, it's never been this warm at this time of the year. So, look, we found a couple of really nice pieces already. This is a green piece, very dark green. This is a little bit lighter, a bit shiny. I think I might not keep that, but I could use it in my art projects. So, let's see.
So, as Nicole said, we've come along to Mermaids Tears Bay, and that's because we find lots of really beautiful little pieces of sea glass here. But, as you can probably tell, the tide is well on its way in. Now normally, we find some really exotic and beautiful colours in this bay, but they're usually beyond where the water's in at the moment. But you never know, we might get lucky. The very least though, we are sure to find some really beautiful sea glass here. Always some really gorgeous bits. Now that's not sea glass. What is that? Oh, it is sea glass. That's a wee brown bit. It's all cracked up though. I thought that was an agate because it was so kind of weirdly shaped, and anywho, we shan't be taking that one. But as you can see, everywhere you look here, a wee bit sea glass, another bit of sea glass there, a bit of sea glass, another bit of sea glass, just up here, a wee bit of sea glass. It didn't take long, except for the fact that these are small pieces, to actually create a wee pile of sea glass, and it's all shapes and sizes as well. Anywho, we shall not spend too much time doing this, just a wee pile of sea glass there, but instead what we shall do is turn our eye quickly. That's really lovely colour, isn't it? Baby blue. As I say, we'll turn our eye very quickly then to try and find little pieces of glass that are suitable for the project Nicole wants to do. Now I think that's too small. I know Nicole can drill it, but I'm not sure how many people would want to wear it as an earring. It's that small. Really beautifully frosted though, but maybe just a little bit too small. Now I'm looking for tear shaped pieces as well. Now I've just passed two pieces there. That we're going to leave behind, but that, check that out. It's such a beautiful piece of glass. Look at that. That's just perfectly shaped. It's a real wee bauble. It's got a wee bit of shiny there, but I don't know. We might get away with that because it's such a beautiful piece.
I'm going to go right back down here to the water's edge. See if there's anything else here. Oh yes, I can see one thing. I don't know if you can see it. I'll just zoom back a little bit. There are a couple of pieces here actually. There's a relatively large green piece there. Oh, and there, look, in the sun. Brown sea glass looks absolutely amazing in the sun. It shimmers. It looks almost like gold. It's so warm and earthy. So that is definitely coming home with me today. I think I might have found a matching piece. There's a small seafoam piece here. That actually looks like it might be an agate and not a piece of sea glass. It could be either a piece of sea glass or a wee agate. I think it's an agate. I did see there was a brown piece here, and I seem to have lost. Ah no, there it is. Look, look. Okay, that's not the matching size to this one, but that's definitely a very good candidate for some lovely earrings. Now, have you seen this? Did you spot it? Do you know what that is? That's pirate glass. Oops. And I think the sea wants to keep it. So it's telling me to move it away from here because it's coming in and it's going to fill up the entire cove. Now, see if we can see through this. Let's see. You might be able to see through it. It's probably green. Really, really thick piece of pirate glass. These tend to come from beer bottles from the 1880s. We don't need that today. We're not looking for pirate glass. We are looking, however, for tiny pieces like this. These wee gems here. Lovely pieces, warm pieces, and this is also a piece of sea glass. It looks like a rock, but maybe if you look around here, it actually looks like it's a little tiny bit darker, and these rocks are all dry. So this is definitely sea glass. It's too big for us. It's a really chunky piece. Probably very nice to display, but you know what? I'm going to keep this piece. And sometimes we're really lucky here, and I think we might be lucky again. This might just be slight lavender, so that would just be perfect. Exactly what I'm after. Some tiny wee Mermaids Tears gems like this.
You can see I'm passing a lot of sea glass again. Sea glass here, sea glass there. It's a nice wee bit there. Big chip on it though, I think you can see that. Green bit there, clear bit. I can't really just keep listing all the pieces that I'm finding. I think what I'll do is I'll just gather a bunch up and then I'll let you see what they look like. And then maybe I'll make a decision about which I'm going to keep and which I'm going to let go. Too shiny. So many of these really beautiful wee pieces. Now that piece, I wonder, it's really sharp, so I'm going to watch myself, but was that green or was that blue? What do you think? Gonna leave it, it's too small. That is lovely, look at that. Oh, just got a wee score there. I wonder. We shall see. Obviously, the proof of this is in Nicole's discretion. Let's see, that's quite a good piece there, isn't it? Looks it to me. No, not so good. But that, look at that. Perfect tear-shaped piece. Gotta have that. I can find another couple like that, preferably in that size as well. We've got a couple pairs of earrings. Now, I'm just going to keep collecting it just now, and we'll see what we've got at the end of the day. because it's such a nice day, it's been really hard to find anywhere remotely quiet. Everybody who has the opportunity is desperate to get down to the beach on days like this in Scotland. You don't have very many nice sunny days like this. Gotta make the most of them. As they say in Scotland, taps off.
Oh, the sun is so warm today. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. I think it's like 22 degrees. I think, like I said before, if you do ever come to Scotland, do not think it's ever going to be warmer than 22 degrees. That is pretty much the top temperature here in Scotland. The weather is really this nice. Now that's a tiny wee agate there. It always gets me because it looks like it might be a piece of orange sea glass, but in general it's just a tiny agate. And there's a lovely piece of sea foam. Now I think what also looks really nice is the combination of sea foam and this earthy brown. I think they go really well together. So if I had a pair of earrings with these two on one side and then two similar pieces, if I can find them, on the other. So you've got a pair and maybe it has 4 pieces of sea glass in it. Now I've kept a couple of really lovely pieces, settings of earring settings aside, that I have only got 1 pair each. So I think that's what I'm going to use with these settings here. So that'll be some nice drops and maybe some lever back earrings. Lever back earrings are really cool because you can they have a clip on the back, so that means they're secure. You could probably go jogging with them and you would definitely not lose them.
taken a wee wander around here earlier. I think it was up over there somewhere. So a really interesting find. So I'm going to take a wee wander up there and see if I can find that again. Anybody who's wondering where Mermaids Tears Cove is should recognise these buildings. These are the old railway buildings, Victoria and Albert, and they were built to host railway workers back in the day. Nowadays, no railway workers staying there, and they're very, very, very nice and very, very expensive pieces. So, another nice teardrop shaped piece, isn't it? Just a wee bit shiny though. It's a shame. Now let's see. I think you can see here. Just look at this. Glass. Anybody wondering what's happened to the glass? It's in my pocket. We'll see it again in a minute. I'm picking up some weird pieces here as well. I would never pick up that before. Don't know quite why I'm picking that up. We shall find out later whether there's any method in this madness. Oh, some nice glass here. Can you see it? A lovely wee bit of green, just throwing it about. Look at that. It's just lovely today. I mean, you've got the sun on your back, you've got the waves lapping at the shore, just really gently just now. You know, it's going to be about an hour or two, I reckon, but the ground that I'm on just now is going to be absolutely underwater. Ah, too shiny. At that point we'll be long gone. We'll be looking, we'll be surveying our treasures elsewhere. Oh wow, let's check it out. Lovely.
Okay, quite a few pieces here. Now this looks like it's maybe a bottle of Iron Brew. Iron Brew is the national Scottish drink. It's a bright orange liquid and it has a very, very peculiar taste. Peculiar as in I've never tasted anything else that tastes like Iron Brew, and it's been going since 1901. So I'm just going to pocket my finds here and see there's a couple of other bits here. I'm kind of hoping that I might find a couple of little tiny lavenders, but because the tide is coming in, we've got very limited time here, and with the sunlight, look, that is lavender. You can see the difference. See, as I say it and then I find one, you can just see there's a tiny difference there between this piece and this piece. Now they both started off as white, but until the 1930s, for white glass, a substance called manganese was added, and the manganese turns glass to lavender over about 100 years. So it takes a long time in the Scottish sun to turn sea glass to lavender. I think if you're in Australia, you are much luckier to find lavender glass. And I know that a couple of people have tried to just put white sea glass in the sun and wait for it to turn lavender. And I have a confession to make, I have tried that as well. And I had some glass on a shelf for about 6 months and nothing happened. So Scotland just doesn't have the amount of sunlight or hours of sunlight that is required to speed up that process. Now I've done really well so far, and I think it might be time to see what Craig's been up to, and if we've got maybe enough pieces for me to make a few pairs of earrings with for our Etsy shop.
did say that I suspected there was something up here. Ooh, that's quite interesting. That's such a huge, chunky bit. It's really shiny in there though. Still, what do you think? No, I think I'll leave that. It's a wee bit of an irregular shape and it has a huge shiny bit there, so we'll leave that. But this little green bit is definitely coming with me. Pop that in my pocket. Oh, there it is. Can you see what I'm looking at? I guess it'd be pretty hard to say whether or not you can, because there's quite a lot of stuff down there. But it's this piece here. This piece of pirate glass. It's really chunky. You can see it's still a little bit wet. That, I think there's a green tinge. I'm going to hold this up to the sun in just a second. Once I get some sand off it. It's still wet, so sand's sticking to my hands. Now let's have a look if we can get that up anywhere near the sun. Oh, I think it's too bright, isn't it? Oh, you can maybe see on the outsides, on the edges there. That looks green to me, but the rest of it still looks black. So thick. Now that has been, as the learned among you will be able to tell, looking at this area here, that is a bottom. So we have a pirate glass bottom. I don't think we're going to be taking it home, to be honest. I have a funny feeling that there's not an awful lot we can do with that. Now, I've kind of come up to this point now. I don't think there's very much point in me going beyond this point, because beyond these black rocks, I've got a fair bit of climbing to do to get around the side of the houses there. Once I do that, I'll be on the hills up there, and I wonder if I can get around just so that you can see it. Can you see there's a little outcrop shape? So we go from the roof along here until we hit a shape kinda about there, I think it is. It's hard for me to see. That is an old lime kiln. We might try and get up there just to film a wee bit of it, but I don't know if we'll do that today or not. It's much smaller than the lime kilns that we find in Charlestown, places like that. Now, I think what I'm going to do at this point is take a last wee look here. Oh, what's that? Now, the camera just turned itself off, just as a testament to how warm a day it is today. The camera overhit and switched itself off to save itself. But I just found this piece. Now, can you tell what that piece is? I'll try and be quite quick because the camera may well turn itself off again. Do you know what it is? It's the bottom of a light bulb. At least that's what I think it is. So, you might have noticed that there was a couple of odd edits there. The camera just seemed to stop. In fact, it did just stop. What happened was it's such a warm day today that the camera overhit and it turned off. So there might be a couple of wee clunky bits in the edit here. Now, I've just seen a piece of pottery here and I cannot for the life of me see it again. It's so disappointing because we so rarely find pottery here on this part of the coast. I wonder if it's a wee bit further back. It was such a distinctive piece as well, you know. It's one of these things that I could talk about and never find, and it's just going to make some tedious viewing, isn't it? So we'll move along and maybe with any luck I'll come across it again, but I suspect not. Anyway, I think what we're going to do, as the weather is prohibitive for filming. Oh, there it is. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Now, I fully suspect that Nicole's going to tell me that that is a part of the blue willow pattern. I don't know well enough the motifs, but that could be maybe the side of the pagoda just here. I'm not so sure. But that has got to come away with us, I think. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful wee piece. Really nice, really softly worn as well. So I'm just going to take another minute or two just to take a wee wander up here, and then I think it's probably about time we had a wee look at the best finds of the day. That's another wee piece of porcelain or pottery, but nothing distinctive about that one. That, and a wee bit of bonnet. I mean, such interesting little markings on this. I hope the camera is picking up on them. That's what I like about these things. They're really kind of interesting shapes. So we shall pocket that. Let's see what else we can find. Now, there's a piece of, I think that would have been a piece of ginger beer bottle, I reckon. Now today I haven't found many interesting colours, but I have just seen this wee piece of baby blue. It's lovely. I'm going to have to take that because it's such a scarcity today. Now, I think I'm not going to chance my luck much longer. The camera's been on a minute or two now. We're going to take that, and I think it's about time that we had a look at the best finds of the day. Will this be one of them? What do you think? No, sadly not. But this might. Now, we've decided to come over here in this little cove that's overlooking the Victoria and Albert old houses there. Now, I have a couple of things, so I'm going to hand them to you. So if you could pop your hands out, then I shall drop them in. And what we'll do is we can have a wee look between some of that stuff. And we'll decide what, if any, of it. No, that's a wee bit shell, that's no coming. Right, I think that's it. I might have tiny wee shards that I'll find later, or we'll clank around in the washing machine, we never know. But that is what I've found, and it's not a huge haul, but there's some nice wee bits in there. This, I think, being possibly the best one.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning, and I think that's the blue willow pattern, and it's a bit head upside down. It's part of the pagoda. If I'll try and turn it, you can see the pagoda on the right hand side, and then you see the little tree on the left hand side. That's a really, really nice piece, super smooth. I think that might have to become a pendant rather than part of the earrings that I'm making. And then you found a really nice piece of blue there. Lots of really nice pieces. I think you've done exceptionally well. The only piece we're not going to take is this piece of pirate glass.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to come with us. Okay, I'm going to leave that here. If you know the area around here, it's just under there, just under the houses here, and in this wee cove. This was picked up by us and left just up at the top end there. Give it an hour or two, and that's going to be underwater. Anyway, shall we have a look at our best finds of the day then?
Yeah, let's do that. I found some really, really amazing bits as well.
Well, there we have it. That is our collection for the day.
Yeah, and there's some really nice bits in it. I was so lucky that I found a couple of purple pieces. There's like one here, and there's a couple sort of in between all those treasures.
Interspersed between the wee piles of glass we got there.
Some tiny pieces of blue. Then you found this piece, which I believe is from a light bulb insulator. Holding it against the light, it looks like it has a slight sort of reddish a maroon tint.
See, these are very cool because they were made of glass. They're not made of glass anymore, and usually when we find these, they're either purple or a really, really gorgeous deep red, but of course they're so deeply coloured that they appear black in normal light. Yeah,
I would absolutely love to know if anybody of our viewers has found one of these before, because I know you can find them in the States and they're usually blue.
Okay, so is there any other objects then that we think are extra special, or shall we just get on and scoop that up and get ourselves a wee back to the car?
I think we're just going to scoop it up because I'm getting really hot here.
Yeah, we're baking here in the sun. I'll tell you something, the camera, as we mentioned earlier on, the camera just gave up on us halfway through, and we're about to give up on ourselves as well. There's no wind coming through here, as much as it sounds idyllic with the waves just lapping against the shore here. It is boiling.
This was a wee special object there. I think it's a screw maybe from a neon sign. we've done incredibly well here today, and I can't wait to get home to make those earrings. Now it only remains for me to say thank you so much for watching, liking and commenting. If you haven't subscribed yet, please take a minute to subscribe. And extra special thanks goes out to everybody who's been supporting the channel on Etsy and your Ko-fi donations. That makes a massive difference and it keeps the lights on. See you next week.